The Federal Reserve of the United States recently made news with a statement about the use of XRP. Senior Vice President David Anafalto from the Federal Reserve Branch in St. Louis has talked about how RippleNet could be used to handle payments. It has been stressed that RippleNet relies on XRP to make these transactions possible. In the words of David Anafalti, the Federal Reserve could give duties to a third party that includes Ripple with this change. If it happens, it could lead to a huge increase in the price of XRP, which would almost certainly reach $10,000. It's also important to note that this pass with the help of the Federal Reserve wouldn't be a surprise. A few weeks or maybe a month ago, the Federal Reserve made a good statement recognizing the role that XRP and XLM can play in making the blockchain thing better in their FedNow price source. Ripple is getting a lot of attention because it is known for its innovative solutions, cross-border payments, and open supply technology for money transfers. As a result of Ripple's technology being added to the FedNow payment service, the price of XRP is expected to reach new highs. Good morning, HelpCoin family. You can count on me for all things related to XRP as a stable way to join our group. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and notifications button before we dive. And even more, we're giving away a huge amount of XRP as soon as we reach 8,000 members. There are only 3 easy steps you need to take to put your hat in the ring. Make sure you do all of that and then drop a word called HelpCoin in the comments to secure your spot. Let's jump right into topics that are current. We focus on Ripple's partnership with the Federal Reserve, which was made public on the Federal Reserve Gov website with a document called the U.S. Path to. In the first part, the Faster Payment Task Force approach names Ripple as a key player in the search for payment solutions, working together with the Federal Reserve. The file specifically talks about Ripple's ability to make global payments happen in real time. Usually these kinds of payments take up to 4 days and are hard to track and understand. This is completely changed by Ripple, which lets you see the current prices and fees and agree on them right away. Then we learn that Ripple and the Federal Reserve have included domestic payments in their work together. There is a lot of information to back this up, and tourists can stop and look it over. An important part of the study talks about how important banks like the Bank of England work together, the Federal Reserve and the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority with Ripple to improve the method for making domestic payments. Another interesting thing about the study is that it talks about how Ripple Labs is working on a basic level to provide a free real-time agreement infrastructure around the world. It looks like Ripple's decentralized peer-to-peer agreement framework is about to change the way money transfers are done now. And the Federal Reserve is going to do it. Looking back, there were early signs of this change. About a year ago, the Ripple logo was shown heavily during a Federal Reserve segment on Fox News that talked about looking into a virtual US dollar. Also, organizations like the Federal Reserve Board, the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, and the International Monetary Fund, IMF, have added Ripple to their list of working in the shadows partners, which shows that they are interested in the company's technology. Going into the fascinating world of global banking in more depth, it's clear that the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, is in charge of a big chunk of the world's money. The fact that Ripple can now work in this area is an important development. A top lawyer at the Frederickshire Board of Governors named Jess Chan was quoted by the Department of the Interior. It is said that Jess, a former deputy widespread, is leading this effort. For those who want to know more, there is a lot to unpack here, and it all seems to fit together pretty well. But that's really just the tip of the iceberg. Many of you might be shocked by what I'm about to tell you. The Federal Reserve recently warned that banks could lose money because of rising hobby prices and pressure on real estate prices. In an interesting twist, they've been talking about this with a lot of friends since early March. XRP also looks like it will be used by BRICS and the EU. The European Union has even said that the new virtual currency, the new euro, will be based on XRP and will handle wealth transfers through the XRP system. There are many stories that support this claim and point to an upcoming rise in the value of XRP. A well-known expert says it will quickly rise to $500, 50 cents, and could even reach $10,000 as it gets popularity around the world. Arthur Brito, one of the founders of Ripple, is said to have had this idea. As we watch the movie, it's clear that the story of XRP is changing quickly. Putting aside the SEC versus Ripple case, now we see that the BRICS countries have decided to work with Ripple to add digital currency to their important financial system. New information suggests that digital Forex, the important financial institution backed by BRICS, could become a common tool for the world's economies. We're going to look into this in more depth because there may be signs of Ripple's big community in every BRICS country. Allow us to begin our journey in Brazil, where a huge improvement has been made. In Brazil, there is a new cutting-edge crypto on-call for liquidity source. The US of A's financial generation scene has made a big step forward with this project. The next country we'll talk about is Russia. A lot of well-known evidence shows that President Putin has changed his strategy to move away from the petrodollar and the USD and toward diversifying. Since SWIFT decided not to include Russia in its charge device, there has been a clear shift toward Ripple Labs. The goal is to add a Russian CBDC, which is the country's central bank's digital currency, to the XRP system. This flow not only gets around the SWIFT ban, but it also takes advantage of the fact that the XRP ledger is decentralized, putting Russia's Ripple at the forefront of another important mission, powering India's strong digital rupee effort. The Ripple Labs technology is at the heart of this project, which is India's biggest step toward a full-fledged global CBDC. But that's not the end of the story. China has also joined the fight. They are working with Ripple to make progress in the area of digital currencies, which are a major part of the banking system. This collaboration shows that Ripple is having a bigger effect on the world economy. The story is the same in Africa. The 2022 African blockchain study shows how CBDCs are becoming more important on the XRP ledger across the continent. It says in the record that South Africa, along with more than a dozen other African countries, has adopted Ripple and XRP as their payment methods. This wide use of the ledger shows how important it is becoming in Africa's financial system. XRP was finally named as the best digital asset for payment services in a recent study by the BRICS group. With this support from BRICS, XRP solidifies its position as a major player in the world of cryptocurrencies. Because of recent events, there have been a lot of price expectations for XRP, and some of the most interesting ones caught our attention. It's clear that more research needs to be done when top financial experts say they think the price of XRP will reach $500.50. Our research took us to an interesting source, ChatGPT, a top AI bot. This AI brought It looks like Ethereum and Cardano will grow by a huge 1.0000000% by 2024. A price